Welcome back to Rare Coin Digest. What if an ordinary Sacagawea dollar sitting in a coin jar right now could be hiding details that collectors spend years searching for? Before you spend, trade, or overlook one of these fascinating coins, take a closer look, because a surprising discovery could be waiting where you least expect it. Step 1. United States Sacagawea dollar coin from the year 2000p arrived at the dawn of a new millennium, carrying a mission far bigger than its face value, introducing a fresh design intended to revive interest in dollar coinage across America. The warm golden color immediately separated it from traditional silver-toned circulating coins, and the portrait of Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who assisted the Lewis and Clark expedition, gave the piece a unique historical identity, unlike anything most Americans had seen in their pocket change. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint and marked with the P mint mark, this coin represented a major transition in modern United States coinage, yet many examples quietly disappeared into jars, drawers, and forgotten collections before anyone realized how intensely collectors would begin examining them years later. The visual character of the 2000p Sacagawea dollar continues to attract attention because its surface can appear dramatically different depending on how it was struck and preserved. Some pieces display strong golden brilliance with sharply defined details in the hair, facial features, and eagle feathers, while others reveal softer strikes that leave subtle design elements less pronounced. Collectors often spend countless hours comparing tiny differences between examples, searching for unusual traits that separate an ordinary coin from one that tells a much more fascinating story. What appears at first glance to be a common dollar can become far more intriguing when viewed under magnification, where minor production irregularities sometimes emerge from the metal. Part of the coin's enduring appeal comes from the excitement surrounding the earliest production runs. During the launch period, minting experiments, promotional distributions, and high public interest created conditions that generated several collectible varieties and unusual pieces. The most famous discoveries inspired generations of treasure hunters to examine every Sacagawea dollar they encountered, wondering whether an overlooked rarity might be hiding in plain sight. That possibility transformed this modern coin from a simple circulation piece into a subject of mystery, speculation, and relentless collector curiosity, keeping interest alive long after the initial release faded from the headlines. As enthusiasts study these dollars more closely, attention often turns to details that can reveal whether a coin deserves further investigation. Weight differences, even small ones, can sometimes indicate unusual production circumstances and should be measured with an accurate scale. Metal color variations may suggest differences in surface composition or environmental effects that warrant closer examination. Strike alignment is another critical area, as designs that appear noticeably off-center can attract collector interest when authenticated. The rim shape should also be inspected carefully because abnormal rims occasionally point to striking anomalies, while signs of letter doubling in inscriptions can encourage a more detailed professional review. The emotional pull of discovery is what keeps many collectors searching. Imagine sorting through a box of forgotten coins inherited from a relative and noticing a Sacagawea dollar that simply looks different from the others. Perhaps the color stands out, perhaps the strike appears unusually sharp, or perhaps a subtle doubling catches the light in just the right way. Moments like these create the sense that history is reaching forward through time, transforming an ordinary evening into a hunt for something extraordinary. Even when the result turns out to be a common coin, the possibility of uncovering a genuine rarity fuels the excitement that has defined coin collecting for generations. Stories about value often capture the imagination, but every collector should remember that prices vary enormously and professional authentication is essential. Illustrative examples sometimes used in collector discussions might place minor variations in a range around $2,500 to $3,000, while more notable examples could be discussed around $4,000. High-grade coins with exceptional eye appeal might be imagined near $6,000, and unusual mint anomalies sometimes inspire conversations around $6,500. These figures are examples for storytelling purposes only and should never be viewed as guaranteed outcomes, because actual market performance depends on verified rarity, condition, authenticity, and buyer demand at the time of sale. As the rarity scale climbs higher, collector imagination often follows. Rare collector pieces are sometimes illustrated around $8,000, while exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples may be discussed near $8,500. Unusual finds with strong collector demand can inspire conversations around $9,500, and truly extraordinary or historically significant pieces occasionally lead enthusiasts to imagine values approaching $10,000. For many people, such numbers evoke thoughts of a down payment on a home, a sudden financial windfall, or a once-in-a-lifetime discovery hidden among everyday possessions. Yet the most important lesson remains unchanged. Only careful examination and expert authentication can determine whether a coin deserves serious attention. That is why the 2000p Sacagawea dollar continues to fascinate collectors more than 2 decades after its release. Beneath its familiar appearance lies a world of subtle details, overlooked varieties, and unanswered questions that encourage people to keep searching through rolls, collections, and forgotten containers. Somewhere, a remarkable example may still be waiting to be recognized, resting unnoticed among ordinary coins while its true story remains untold. And if that possibility is not exciting enough, the next coin we explore carries an even more surprising mystery, one that has left experienced collectors stunned after discovering what seemed impossible hiding in the most unexpected places. Step 2.200, 1p mintmark, United States Sacagawea dollar coin, emerged during the second year of one of America's most ambitious modern coin programs, carrying forward the golden-colored design that had captured national attention only months earlier. While millions entered circulation, the Philadelphia Mint continued refining production, creating a fascinating chapter for collectors who study subtle differences between early Sacagawea dollars. The coin's portrait of Sacagawea, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, symbolizes exploration, endurance, and a pivotal moment in American history. On the reverse, the soaring eagle appears powerful and elegant, yet beneath this familiar appearance lies a series of details that have kept collectors searching through rolls, collections, and forgotten change for years. What seems like a simple dollar coin often becomes far more intriguing once magnification reveals the tiny clues hidden within the design. The visual appeal of the 2001p Sacagawea dollar is unlike most circulating American coins of its era. Its distinctive golden hue comes from a manganese brass outer layer rather than actual gold, creating a warm appearance that stands out immediately. Some examples display vibrant luster that seems to glow under proper lighting, while others reveal softer surfaces from circulation. Collectors frequently compare feather details on the eagle, hair strands on Sacagawea's portrait, and the sharpness of lettering to determine strike quality. Even among coins produced during the same year, small differences in appearance can dramatically influence collector interest, making careful observation an essential part of the hunt. As interest in the series grew, attention increasingly shifted toward unusual production characteristics and possible mint-related anomalies. Certain pieces exhibit striking irregularities that encourage further investigation, while others display subtle doubling effects that become visible only under magnification. A coin that appears completely ordinary at first glance can suddenly reveal details that spark excitement among experienced numismatists. These discoveries transformed the 2001p issue into more than a modern dollar coin. It became part of an ongoing treasure hunt where patience, knowledge, and a sharp eye often determine whether a hidden collectible is recognized or overlooked. Many collectors are drawn to this coin because it bridges the gap between modern circulation and genuine collectible potential. Unlike classic 19th century rarities that disappeared long ago, the 2001p Sacagawea dollar still occasionally surfaces in everyday places. Coin jars, inherited collections, old bank rolls, and forgotten drawers continue producing surprising finds. That possibility creates an emotional connection that few modern coins can match. The thought that an overlooked dollar might carry unusual characteristics encourages people to examine coins more closely, turning an ordinary moment into an experience filled with curiosity and anticipation. Responsible examination is critical when evaluating any Sacagawea dollar. Weight differences should be checked with an accurate scale because deviations from normal specifications may warrant additional research. Metal color deserves close attention as unusual shades or surface appearances can sometimes indicate something worth investigating. Strike alignment should be carefully observed to identify off-center characteristics or other striking abnormalities. The rim shape can reveal important clues about the minting process, while letter doubling in inscriptions may attract significant collector attention. None of these observations alone guarantees rarity, which is why professional authentication remains one of the most important steps before drawing conclusions about value. When value discussions begin, excitement often rises quickly, but realistic expectations are essential. Illustrative examples used in collector storytelling sometimes place minor variations in a range of approximately $2,500 to $3,000. More notable examples with stronger collector interest might be discussed around $4,000, while high-grade pieces displaying exceptional preservation could inspire conversations near $6,000. Certain unusual mint anomalies occasionally lead enthusiasts to imagine values around $6,500. These figures are examples used to demonstrate how dramatically rarity and condition can influence perceptions of value, and they should never be interpreted as guaranteed market prices. As the ladder of rarity climbs higher, the stories become even more captivating. Rare collector pieces are sometimes illustrated around $8,000, while exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples may generate discussions near $8,500. Unusual finds supported by strong collector demand occasionally inspire estimates around $9,500, and truly extraordinary or historically significant examples can lead enthusiasts to imagine outcomes approaching $10,000. For many people, numbers like these evoke thoughts of a down payment on a home, a sudden windfall, or a once-in-a-lifetime discovery hiding among ordinary possessions. Yet every serious collector understands that authentication, grading, provenance, and current market demand ultimately determine real-world value. The enduring fascination of the 2001 Sacagawea dollar comes from the mystery that surrounds every search. Somewhere, another coin may be waiting to reveal an overlooked detail, an unusual strike characteristic, or a subtle anomaly that escaped notice for years. Every collection examined, and every forgotten container opened, carries the possibility of an unexpected surprise. That sense of uncertainty keeps collectors returning to the hunt, because history has repeatedly shown that remarkable treasures can remain hidden in the most ordinary places. And the next coin in our journey may carry an even more astonishing story, one involving a discovery so unexpected that seasoned collectors still talk about it years after it first came to light. Step 3. United States 2000D Sacagawea dollar coin entered circulation during one of the most ambitious redesign efforts in modern American coinage, carrying with it a bold new look and a mission to bring the dollar coin into everyday commerce. Struck at the Denver Mint and identified by the small D mint mark, this golden-colored coin immediately stood apart from traditional circulating pieces. Its portrait of Sacagawea, carrying her infant son Jean-Baptiste, represented a powerful departure from past dollar designs, blending history, culture, and symbolism into a coin that millions of Americans would encounter. Yet beneath its familiar appearance lies a fascinating story filled with production challenges, collector discoveries, and hidden details that continue to attract attention decades after its release. The coin's appearance remains one of its most recognizable features. Unlike genuine gold coins, the 2000D Sacagawea dollar achieves its distinctive color through a carefully engineered manganese brass alloy layered over copper core. Under bright light, some examples display rich golden brilliance, while others show softer shades created by circulation and environmental exposure. Collectors often focus on the sharpness of the portrait, the definition of hair strands, and the intricate feather details of the soaring eagle on the reverse. Small differences in strike quality can dramatically affect eye appeal, turning what seems like an ordinary dollar into a coin worthy of much closer examination. As the first year of the Sacagawea series unfolded, interest grew around unusual production characteristics emerging from both major mint facilities. Denver-struck examples became especially interesting because some pieces exhibited subtle anomalies that encouraged deeper investigation. Collectors began scrutinizing lettering, surface texture, rim formation, and strike precision in search of clues that separated ordinary examples from potentially significant finds. Every roll searched carried the possibility of uncovering a coin with an unexpected characteristic, creating a sense of excitement that transformed routine collecting into a genuine treasure hunt. Part of the coin's enduring appeal comes from its accessibility. Unlike many famous rarities locked away in museum collections or high-end auctions, the 2000D Sacagawea Dollar spent years moving through banks, cash registers, vending machines, and household coin jars. That widespread circulation means remarkable discoveries can still happen today. A collector may stumble upon an unusual specimen tucked inside an inherited collection or hidden among ordinary change. The possibility that something valuable could remain unnoticed for years gives this coin an emotional power that few modern issues can match. When examining a 2000D Sacagawea Dollar, careful observation becomes essential. Weight differences should always be measured with a precise scale, because deviations from expected specifications can signal unusual production circumstances. The metal color deserves attention as well, since unexpected shades may justify further study. Strike alignment should be checked to identify off-center characteristics or other striking abnormalities. Rim shape can reveal important minting clues, while letter doubling in inscriptions may attract additional collector interest. These details require patience and accuracy, and any potentially significant discovery should ultimately be evaluated by professional authentication services. Value discussions often capture the imagination, but it is important to understand that actual market prices vary significantly based on authentication, grade, rarity, and demand. Illustrative collector scenarios sometimes place minor variations within a range of approximately $2,500 to $3,000. More notable examples with stronger collector appeal may be discussed around $4,000, while exceptionally preserved high-grade coins can inspire conversations near $6,000. Certain unusual mint anomalies occasionally generate interest around $6,500. These figures are examples used to demonstrate how rarity can influence perceived value and should never be interpreted as guaranteed outcomes. As the ladder of rarity continues upward, the possibilities become even more captivating. Rare collector pieces are sometimes illustrated around $8,000, while exceptionally preserved or uncommon examples may inspire discussions near $8,500. Unusual finds supported by strong collector demand occasionally lead enthusiasts to imagine values around $9,500. In the most extraordinary storytelling scenarios, historically significant examples or remarkable discoveries can generate conversations approaching $10,000. Numbers like these naturally evoke thoughts of a down payment on a home, an unexpected financial windfall, or a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Yet experienced collectors know that professional grading, authentication, and market conditions ultimately determine what any individual coin is truly worth. The mystery surrounding the 2000D Sacagawea Dollar continues to fuel interest among collectors because every examination carries the possibility of uncovering something unexpected. Somewhere, perhaps inside a forgotten coin jar, an old family collection, or a neglected bankroll, another fascinating example may still be waiting to reveal its secrets. Hidden details can remain unnoticed for years before a careful observer finally recognizes their significance. That possibility keeps the search alive, reminding collectors that rare treasures often hide in the most ordinary places. And the next coin in our journey may reveal an even more astonishing surprise, one that has challenged assumptions and stunned collectors who thought they had already seen it all.